Good day everyone, my name is Keddy Diaz and I will be your instructor for this morning. Today we are going to learn the laws of motion. Who discovered the laws of motion? Do you have any idea? I'll give you a hint. He is a English polymath active. Do you know who is he? He is Sir Isaac Newton. Sir Isaac Newton is a mathematician, physicist, astronomer, alchemist, theologian, and an author. Indeed, he is a man of all trades. Now, the laws of motion describes the relationship between the motion of an object and the force acting on it. So if there's a force, there will be motion. Now, the laws of motion are categorized in three parts, namely the law of inertia, the law of force, and the law of action and reaction. Now, what is inertia? Inertia means to do nothing or to remain unchanged. In simpler terms, it's constant. What is force? Force is a strength or energy as an attribute of physical action or reaction. So if there's a force, there must be a motion. Now, action and reaction. So action and reaction states that in every force or action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Seems to be like positive or negative reaction. Now, let's go deeper with the laws of inertia, or the first law of motion. So the law of inertia states that an object at rest remains at rest, and an object in motion stays in motion with the same speed and with the same direction. Again, it's constant. What are the examples? First is putting a door stopper underneath that door, lifting or opening a box, playing hockey, jumping, stopping a moving car, pushing a lawnmower. So everything is constant, remains unchanged. Now, the main factor in having law of inertia is the gravity of the Earth, which is always constant, and the value of that is 9.8 meters per second squared. Moving forward, the law of force, or the second law of motion. So the second law of motion states that the acceleration of an object is directly proportional to the net force acting on it, and inversely proportional to its mass. For example, you have a 400 kilogram boulder and you wanted that boulder to be moved from point A to point B. So for you to be able to move that boulder, you need to exert a force. Now, how are you going to determine how much force you need to exert so that that boulder can be moved from point A to point B? You will be using the formula force is equal to mass times acceleration, where force is identified as newtons or kilograms per second squared. Mass must be in kilograms, and acceleration is in meters per second squared. And what is the value of that acceleration? It is 9.8 meters per second squared, and that is the gravity of the Earth. So without the gravity of the Earth, you will not be able to calculate the force needed to move that boulder. Now, lastly, the last one, the last law of motion, or the third law of motion, or the law of action and reaction. Now, it says that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So the best example is launching a rocket up to the atmosphere. So once the rocket releases the hot gas, which is identified as the action, it pushes the rocket up to the atmosphere, up to the sky. So that is identified as the reaction. So in every action that you are exerting, there must be an equivalent reaction, like pushing the wall forward, or leaning to the wall backwards. So in every action, there is a reaction. So those are the three laws of motion, namely the law of inertia, the law of force, and the law of action and reaction. It was discovered and introduced by our great polymath active, Sir Isaac Newton. Now, what I wanted you to do is to think of a situation or an idea or a scenario where you will be able to relate these three laws of motion. And later, I will give you 10 minutes, and after that 10 minutes, I will call you one by one and present the idea that you have chosen. So I'll see you around after 10 minutes, and thank you very much for listening. I do hope that you grasped everything that I discussed today. Have a great day.